essential elements to function and grow. Fertilizing trees can increase growth, reduce susceptibility to certain diseases and insect pests, and under certain circumstances can help reverse declining health. However, if the fertilizer is neither needed nor applied wisely, it may not benefit the tree at all, and may even adversely affect the tree and the environment. Trees take up essential elements dissolved in water through their roots. Each of the essential elements has a specific role in a plant and cannot be replaced by another element. Trees require certain elements known as macronutrients in relatively large quantities. Nitrogen is often the most limiting macronutrient and the one required in the largest quantity. Secondary nutrients, which are required in moderate quantities, include magnesium, Mg, and calcium, Ca. Other elements, known as micronutrients, are required in smaller quantities and may actually be toxic at high levels. Nonetheless, a micronutrient deficiency can have profound effects on tree health. Fertilizers are available in many forms and combinations. A complete fertilizer is defined as one that contains nitrogen, N, phosphorus, P, and potassium, K. For trees, a complete fertilizer is usually not necessary because nitrogen may be the only limiting element. Fertilizers are available in either an organic or inorganic form. Inorganic fertilizers release their elements relatively quickly when dissolved in water. Roots can absorb most elements only in the form of inorganic ions, whether coming from an organic or inorganic source. One advantage of organic fertilizers is that they are not leached as readily from the soil. They must first be converted to inorganic ions before they can be absorbed by roots. An advantage of inorganic fertilizers is that the solubility is less affected by temperature. Especially for trees, it is desirable to use slow-release fertilizers because they release nutrients, usually nitrogen, over an extended period of time. This reduces the amount of nutrients that may be leached and also reduces salt and fertilizer burn problems. Quick-release fertilizers should be used only when the objectives of fertilization cannot be met with slow-release fertilizers. The rate that the fertilizer should be applied depends on the age, health, and species of the tree, form of the fertilizer, method of application, site conditions, and the goal that you are trying to achieve. Regardless of when fertilizer is applied, it may not be readily absorbed or utilized until root growth begins. Uptake and metabolic demand are low in the dormant season, and some of the more soluble forms of nitrogen may leach from the soil before it can be utilized. The most limiting factor in fertilizer uptake is water availability. Fertilization studies on mature trees show that response is greatest when moisture levels are adequate. Applications of fast-release fertilizers are most effective from spring through fall. On the other hand, the seasonal timing of application is less critical when using slow-release fertilizers.